The small light in the quiet town. There was a small town near a wide river. The town was quiet. The streets were narrow. There were many small houses with gardens full of flowers. People in the town knew each other. They said hello every morning. They helped each other when someone had a problem. In this town lived a young man named Daniel. Daniel was 22 years old. He lived in a small house with his mother. His father died many years ago. Daniel worked at a small grocery store near the town center. Every day he woke up early, ate breakfast with his mother, and walked to work. Daniel was a kind person. He smiled at customers. He carried heavy bags for older people. He listened when people wanted to talk. But inside his heart, Daniel felt something was missing. He often asked himself, "What is my dream? What should I do with my life?" He did not know the answer. Every evening after work, Daniel sat by the river. He watched the water move slowly. Sometimes children played near the water. Sometimes old people walked quietly. Daniel liked the river because it was calm. But sometimes he felt lonely there. One evening, he said softly, "I want to do something meaningful. I want to help people. But I don't know how." The wind moved gently across the water. Daniel listened to the soft sound. He hoped one day he would understand his path. One morning, Daniel woke up feeling tired. He did not sleep well the night before. At work, many customers came. The store was busy. Daniel moved quickly, but he felt stressed. A customer complained loudly about a mistake. Daniel apologized many times, but the customer was still angry. After the customer left, Daniel felt sad. During lunch break, he sat alone behind the store. He thought, "Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe I will always stay here with no direction." When Daniel returned home, his mother noticed his quiet face. She asked gently, "Daniel, is everything okay?" Daniel sighed, "I feel lost. Mom, I don't know what I am doing with my life." His mother smiled softly. "Life is a long journey. Sometimes we walk slowly. Sometimes we stop. It is okay not to know everything." Daniel listened, but his heart still felt heavy. One weekend, Daniel went to the town market. There were many colorful stalls. People sold fruits, vegetables, bread, and handmade crafts. While walking, Daniel noticed an old man sitting at a small table. The man was repairing a broken clock. Many small tools were on the table. Daniel stopped to watch. The old man looked up and smiled. "Hello, do you like clocks?" Daniel smiled back. "Yes, I like watching how they move." The old man said, "Time is very interesting. It never stops." Daniel asked, "Do you fix clocks every day?" "Yes," the man said. "I fix clocks, watches, and sometimes small machines." They talked for a while. The old man's name was Mr. Harris. He spoke slowly and kindly. Before Daniel left, Mr. Harris said, "Come visit my workshop sometime. I can show you how clocks work." Daniel felt curious. He agreed. The next Saturday, Daniel visited Mr. Harris' workshop. It was a small room full of clocks of different sizes. Some were on shelves. Some were hanging on the wall. The sound of ticking filled the room. Tick, tick, tick. Daniel felt peaceful there. Mr. Harris showed him the inside of a clock. Every small part has a purpose. He explained, when they work together, the clock runs smoothly. Daniel listened carefully. Over the next weeks, Daniel visited often. He learned how to clean small parts, how to be patient, and how to focus. One day Daniel said, "I feel calm here. When I fix something, I feel useful." Mr. Harris nodded. Helping something work again can bring joy. Daniel began to look forward to these visits. One day, Mr. Harris gave Daniel a broken watch. "This is your challenge," he said. "Try to fix it." Daniel felt nervous. "What if I make a mistake?" Mr. Harris smiled. "Mistakes are part of learning." Daniel worked slowly. He studied the tiny pieces. He tried different ways. Sometimes he felt frustrated, but he did not give up. After many hours, the watch began to tick again. Tick, tick, tick. Daniel felt happy. He laughed with surprise. "I did it," he said. Mr. Harris clapped softly. "Yes, you did. You were patient." Daniel realized something important. Patience brings results. One afternoon, a woman came to the workshop. She looked worried. She held an old clock carefully. "This clock belonged to my father," she said. "It stopped working. Can you fix it?" Mr. Harris asked Daniel to help. Daniel listened carefully as the woman spoke about her father. The clock was very special to her. Daniel worked slowly. He wanted to do a good job. After some time, the clock started again. The woman smiled with tears in her eyes. "Thank you," she said. "This means so much to me." Daniel felt warm inside. He understood that fixing things could also heal hearts. That evening, Daniel walked home feeling different. The sky was orange and pink. Birds flew across the horizon. He thought, maybe life is not about finding one big answer. Maybe it is about small actions every day. At dinner, he told his mother about the workshop. She listened happily. "I can see the light in your eyes," she said. Daniel smiled. But life is not always easy. 1 month later, the grocery store announced changes. Some workers might lose their jobs. Daniel felt worried. What will happen? He thought. At night, he could not sleep. He felt fear in his chest. The next day, he went to see Mr. Harris. "I feel scared," Daniel said. "I don't know what will happen." Mr. Harris listened quietly. Then he said, "Fear is natural. But remember what you learned. Be patient. Keep moving forward." Daniel took a deep breath. After thinking carefully, Daniel decided to reduce his hours at the store. He wanted to spend more time learning at the workshop. His mother supported him. "Follow what brings meaning," she said. Daniel worked hard. He practiced every day. He learned to repair more complex clocks. He learned to listen carefully to customers. Sometimes he still felt unsure. But he continued. One day, Daniel tried to fix a complicated clock alone. He made a mistake. The clock stopped completely. Daniel felt terrible. "I ruined it," he said sadly. Mr. Harris examined the clock. "It is not ruined," he said calmly. "We can fix it together." They worked side by side. Daniel learned from the mistake. He understood that failure is a teacher. That evening, Mr. Harris said, "Daniel, when I was young, I also felt lost. I tried many things. Slowly, I learned that meaning comes from helping others and staying true to yourself." Daniel listened deeply. Life will give you many paths. Mr. Harris continued. Walk with kindness. Daniel felt grateful. Daniel began helping neighbors with small repairs. He fixed watches, helped with broken items, and listened to people's stories. The community appreciated his kindness. One day, an older neighbor said, "Your patience reminds me of your father." Daniel felt emotional. He missed his father, but he also felt proud. One rainy afternoon, Daniel watched the rain from the workshop window. The sound of drops was soft. He thought about his journey, the confusion, the fear, the learning. He realized that growth takes time, just like a seed growing into a tree. Months passed. Daniel became confident. He decided to open a small repair corner in the grocery store. Customers brought items to fix. Daniel greeted them warmly. He felt a sense of purpose. One evening, Daniel sat by the river again. The water moved gently as before, but his heart felt different. He said softly, "Thank you for guiding me." He thought about his mother, Mr. Harris, and the people he helped. He understood that life is a journey of small steps. As the sun set, golden light covered the river. Daniel felt peaceful. He knew there would be challenges ahead, but he also knew he had learned important lessons. Be patient. Be kind. Keep learning. Do not fear mistakes. Value small moments. Daniel smiled. He stood up and walked home, carrying a quiet confidence inside, a small light that would guide him through life. And in the quiet town by the wide river, the gentle sound of ticking clocks continued, reminding everyone that time moves forward, and every moment is a chance to grow.